Hello, my name is John Mulligan, and I am a teacher here at San Mateo High School. Specifically, I teach special education courses, and this year I am teaching American government, which we will talk about tonight, as well as economics. I also teach U.S. history to juniors, and I teach modern world history to sophomores. But American government is a course that is one semester in the fall for high school seniors, and then its sister course is economics, which is the study of the economic system in the American government, and we will cover that in the spring. First, a little bit about myself. I started this year in my 9th year of teaching at San Mateo High School. I love teaching. I love teaching high school students. I formerly worked as a pastor, but developed a love for teaching high school students and made a change in career to doing that about 10 years ago. Received my teaching credential and have not regretted it a bit, and enjoy each day teaching. I enjoy the people I work with. I enjoy teaching at this great school, and I enjoy the challenge of helping students, especially students that struggle in their learning and need learning that's specific to the way they learn and that's supportive of them. Let me talk just a little bit about what you're looking at right now. And this is what is called my Canvas home page. You're going to hear your student talk a lot about Canvas, and you're going to receive communication from school about Canvas. Canvas is basically the school management program for all the classes, for information the teachers present, to the way students submit their material. Almost everything goes through this program called Canvas. Zoom is the term that will be used for the tool that we use to show each student on camera in class while we're having to be away from each other this time. But Zoom and Canvas are basically the two most important words your students will be using for a while. But even when we go back to regular class, Canvas will be used all the time. So it's very important that your student learn how to use Canvas, and it's a great help if you learn how to use it as well. Have them show you where you can see exactly what they're learning, their assignments, their grades, and that will help you be a great support. My American government class is taught 6th period during the school week, and students simply go to my Canvas page and they click this link right here that I'm circling with my mouse. And that kind of takes them to Zoom, and then Zoom authenticates them to show that they're a real student, and then opens up the door basically to go into my classroom. Also on this home page is a link to my office hours. Every teacher has office hours 3 times during the week. We all have the same time. Tuesdays from 2 o'clock to 3:15, Wednesdays from 2:45 to 3:15, and then Thursdays 2 o'clock to 3:15. This is basically after school time where your student can come to meet with the teacher or an instructional aide if they have an IEP, and we can help them. It's kind of like coming to class after school, but it's an easy way to get one-on-one private help. And I encourage you to encourage your student to meet with us during those times. Over on the right-hand side of the page, I have a section about me and our class that you can click on and look at later. You can click on this tab right here. You can see class lessons and our work, and a student can click on right here and get technical help right away on their Canvas work and their computer. I want to take you now to what is called a module. Look over on the left-hand side of the screen. I'm going to click on this word module. Module is a fancy word for a file folder. The module is kind of where students will keep all their stuff, and where teachers also keep all their stuff. And I'm going to click on mine. You're going to see what's there in my module. Basically, inside this file are a bunch of smaller files. And the first one is class resources, is things about me, class Zoom links, our syllabus, which we'll look at in just a moment. There's some week 1 materials right here that the student participated in. And also, in the week 2, we had student information that students worked on, 10 questions about their government. There was a packet that they were to work on, And there are also Zoom rules. We went over 10 Zoom rules and why we have them to make sure we have a safe and instruction-oriented classroom. This week, we've been working on the beginning of the U.S. government. Students have been taking lecture notes on how our government got started. We looked at what are called the Articles of Confederation, which were put in place right after the Revolutionary War, but they didn't work too well. And we talked about the problems of government without strong leadership and without the states working together. So we're ready now to talk about the Constitution. So you'll see more and more material added to this module as time goes on. And you'll also see quizzes being there. But you can also, through Canvas, check your child's grades. So this will be a very important thing for you to learn with your student. I'm going to look at the syllabus real quick. You'll see what we'll be covering this year in American government. We're going to be covering 15 major subjects relating to the United States government. Students will learn each subject and how it influences our country today. We're going to primarily be looking at PowerPoint and Google Slide lessons where your student takes notes in their notebook. We'll do some textbook work, and we'll also use some history magazines and current event magazines to help us understand things that are happening right now. And also your student will be looking at YouTube historical videos to help in their learning. Here's a breakdown of what we'll be covering. This last month we started looking at the beginning of a nation. We're going to start actually a little late in September looking at the Constitution and Bill of Rights. The mid part of September we're going to look at the House of Representatives and the Senate, how laws are made. We'll look at the President and Vice President role. In October, we'll look at what are called cabinet positions, governmental agencies, the Supreme Court, the budget. These are all things related to the United States government. In November, we'll look at elections. That will be appropriate since we're electing a president. We'll look at the political parties, such as the Republicans and the Democrats, and other parties that would be considered smaller. We'll look at state and local government as well, just basically how our government works. And we'll apply a lot of this to the pandemic and how government agencies work together to try to keep people safe from the virus. That will be very helpful for your students to know. We'll look December at paying taxes and how also students can get involved in government, especially when they turn 18, and how they can even start now. As far as grading in the class, primarily the grade is made up of test grades and note-taking. That's where most of the grade will come from. We do a lot of notes and a lot of tests. We'll do some quizzes. There'll be some projects and also a final. If we were to read on in the syllabus or expectations that basically are true about all of our classes and what the students should be doing, what supplies they have, things about plagiarism and cheating, and you can read that on your own, or even better, you can read it with your student. The best way to get a hold of me, Mr. Mulligan, is to go into your inbox on Canvas, search my name up, John Mulligan, and you will find my email address. It's jmulligan, J as in John, and Mulligan, M-U-L-L-I-G-A-N, at smuhsd.org. That is my school email address. That is the best way to get a hold of me quickly because I check my email all the time. As I contact you, if I decide that it might be best that you have my personal phone number so you can more easily reach me and we can talk about things, I can share that with you. Just ask. But I'm here to help you and help your student both be successful. We work together as a team. And I'm confident this year that things will go well and that we will have a good class. And I look forward to meeting you in person at the appropriate time. But thank you very much for your attention tonight. Bye-bye.